Peace. This is Star with the Star Bloom. So this is a lot to unpack, but I understand it clearly because I just basically laid it out. Somebody about to walk away from a whole city full of people, and we'll get to the outcome. Thank you to the Most High for cloaking, shielding, protecting, covering, and removing any and all negative and etheric attachments. I'm going to start over. Thank you to the Most High for providing clarity and truth through my vessel, as I am a clear channel for you, allowing me to discern without any interferences, asking Archangel Michael that you clear, cloak, shield, and protect and remove any and all etheric attachments, intentions, thought processes, as well as negativity being sent or directed towards my throat chakra, my crown chakra, as well as my third eye and my heart chakra at this time. Thank you to my benevolent ancestors as I am aligned to my assign, divinely connected to my higher self, calling all race of truth and clarity as we need to be in alignment. It's like, okay, abracadabra make it so I say Ashayo. This energy, she's had to go through so much. And the people who partook, the people who participated in coming against her never knew how divinely protected she was and how she sat within at a humble rate within her energy. Now, I don't want y'all to try to read the cards with me. I'm just basically going to share the story, but this is the viewpoint. And the reality of it is that a lot of the times people wonder why certain people make decisions and why they're at a certain rate within themselves and how they got to that rate. But a lot of the times people aren't aware of, I was about to say the tumultuous, like the weight that they've had to basically bear alone. And it's so easy for other people to basically set and place onto others what they would have done, what could have been done, what never would have happened to them had they been in the shoes. But what I'm seeing on this table is divine energy, may it be masculine or feminine, but I'm feeling it's a divine feminine energy who has basically been at a rate to where she's been the turning point for many people. Now, at the gate of this, I basically heard channel wise, do you want to know why they did what they did? Do you want to know why it is that they're so bothered? And I'm like, well, what's going on, Spirit? Do you want to know why it is that they're not willing to quit? The reality of it is that because these people weren't aware of who they were basically coming in to interfere with and attach themselves to in the most diabolical ways, they went so far in rates of trying to bind and connect to this lady's. It seems like it's her love that they attached. But it's not just about relationships. It's more so about being on the receiving end of what that love brings. Being able to have what her favor brings. And it's so crazy because a lot of the times we have no clue, 1212 on the clock, we have no clue what it feels like to walk a mile in people's shoes. And sometimes people will be on the fence in cooperation, connecting with energies in a desire or in a rate of measure and hope, right? This really, really weird space of wanting to take something that they never had a right to have in the first place because they didn't move in the rates that it was. This is not your shit. And just because you do spell work to basically receive something temporarily, because Spirit always has something bigger planned. you're not going to be at a rate to where you could constantly can't keep the energy. The outcome of this message was, regardless of the fact that the copycat came in with these harsh rates of chaos magic, they are sitting in a rate of poverty and lack because they struggle in creativity. They have guilt and remorse due to the fact that they're having to deal with the curses and the black magic and the spell work. And you're at this rate of contentment because you have knowledge about how they showed up trying to affect your bottom line and how they tried to hinder you in your intuition. Whoever I'm speaking to or about, you've known for some time that you were different, but you didn't know that you were spiritually ranked. Nobody had told you. That's why I keep on feeling her say, nobody told me that. Wonder why, if all of them knew, why nobody told me. They couldn't tell you because if they had told you who it is that you were, you would have made certain connections within your rate of transformation. However, because they were so gun-ho on wanting to, I don't know why I feel like it's like calcify you in rates of abandonment, dejection, what does that mean, spirit? Dejection. I don't know, y'all. They left you behind and they basically went out of their way to say that you were a liar about what it was that you were going through. They wanted everybody in the community to think this person is not sweet. They're not going through any transformation. They're not going through no rebirth. You know, it comes out that you're not a liar, and that was proven by your light team. It was nothing that you really had to do to these charlatans that wanted to constantly, continuously bind you with candle magic, with hindrance, attachments, toxic cores, wanting to continue to keep you at this rate of trying to figure out where it is that you fit in, wanting you to be at this rate of even lusting after what it is that you truly knew to be yours, because you could perceive that there was these insufficient energies in your energy wanting to cause you to be at this rate of harm, but you can't be because you already know where you're at. You're at such a rate of optimism through all of this process. There are so many confirmations over and over throughout this whole thing where you've been able to sit within yourself at a rate of peace that is astonishing. You know, kudos to you. But you're about to walk away from a whole city. And what's going to hurt them is the rate that they tried to take from you was unconditional love. And you didn't just get this unconditional love from your choice of our need for connection. You had it innately within you. This is literally a gift that you bestow onto the world. And in that region that you were rested at, that region was supposed to be able to be nurtured by you in a way that would wake up a whole community, that would allow you to be able to plant seeds amongst so many people, that would allow them to basically come into certain levels of awakening in an alignment within their spirit, within connection to their soul. So they may be soul guided at this point. They forfeited that. And a lot of them intuitively have knowledge of the fact that they forfeited it, but it's too late now. And the reason why it's too late is because you're being reassigned, Spirit. Spirit is saying that you're being reassigned, sweetie. You don't have to worry about these pretentious energies that are disingenuous coming towards you, wanting to make you feel like your independence is something that needs to be guarded within your state of recognition. These people have never operated in a North Node, and they're not moving towards that rate. And it doesn't mean that they won't. Some people just gonna have to go through a little bit more karma with that karmic energy. They're gonna have to go through a little bit of trauma based off of what it is that they've called and cultivated, because you can't curse a seed without taking on the ramifications from that. I don't feel like it's going to be as hard for you to move forward, because the places that you are going, you're going to these places in a rate of knowing that you are always meant to be loved and cared for deeply as you love and care. You were never meant to be put in situations with your beautiful unconditional love that's from the spiritual realm, right? and be at this rate of binding, being forced into certain rates of connections that are going to constantly be interfered with and blocked due to the fact that you have so many people who are passionate about coming in